So I started running a while ago, and it's been going quite well. Hard work, mind, but definitely worth it. But why though? Why would you put yourself through the agony of running faster than you normally would? Sweating all over the place, getting soaked in rain or baked by the sun, and expose the fact that basically you're unfit? Well, the answer comes from the feeling I got from the first time I ran for 25 minutes non-stop last week. It's called runner's high, which is a feeling of euphoria, coupled with reduced anxiety and a lessened ability to feel pain. The other things I've felt since I've started running, I've generally felt fitter. I found it easier to get on with my day and been far less lazy. Although a bit lazy sometimes, still. And getting out of bed in the morning is never easy, but the benefits are there. And I only really knew about them after I engaged with the activity. So you're probably asking, what's this got to do with learning an instrument? Well, I'm getting to that. Have a bit of patience. Firstly, I'll talk about what I thought before I did any research. As a caveat to what I'm discussing, I'm talking from the point of view of a pianist who's been playing for 20 years and a teacher who's been teaching for only 5. So these observations aren't going to be far-reaching. Cyclists. There's a lot of them on this canal. Firstly, it's a form of brain training, where your brain is exercising its own abilities in various areas, some familiar and some not. The next one is 2 things, but they're very similar. It's emotional expression and stress release. As humans, we were made to express emotion, not be Siri-like robots. Laughter, joy and love, sorrow, pain and anger are all things that we feel, and they're all part of us. And they can all be expressed through poems, plays, and any of our daily interactions that we have, as well as with music. There were 2 other benefits I came up with. Interpersonal skills, which is a posh way of saying how you say hi to your mates, and potentially, if you're good at the instrument, or just music in general, you could make money from it. But then I did some research, and how narrow-minded I was. Firstly, I found an article on Classic FM. Now, before you all switch off and say, oh, it's just a pianist talking about Classic FM, it's actually quite interesting. They put this in the context of a young child who's starting to learn an instrument. They then assume that after a while they're playing in front of audiences. They then claim that they will build in their own self-confidence and self-expression, overcoming fear and self-doubt amongst their own peers. Now, isn't that self-confidence something that is missing in many of the school children that we see today? But that feeling of accomplishment and that ability to then express that to other people that they are learning with, that is definitely something that is not valued enough in society today. Another thing I found that I couldn't believe I missed, pianopower.org talks about the building of patience and perseverance. Patience? What's that? It's that thing you need when you need to wait for something. Many people want to learn an instrument now, and they can't wait for progress. But these things take time. Taking you back to the Classic FM article, they cite Dawson Music's claim that they should not expect to see great improvement from an individual's skill and confidence before they have learned for a year. There are no shortcuts to learning an instrument. The next bit of research I'd like to point out is a bit of research done by TED-Ed, which is linked below. It talks about the difference between listening to and playing music, and how the brain reacts differently to both. It says that while the brain does work at a certain level when we listen to music, our brains have a complete party when we actually play it. It talks about the 2 different sides of the brain interacting, the creative, spontaneous side and the analytical, calculating side. And they go further by saying that music has a higher activity in the brain than other similar activities like arts and sports. I would definitely urge you to go and watch that video. Another one from pianopower.org, but this one's a corker. It actually improves the immune system. That's right, it improves... no, we don't have that bit. Physiologists Daniel J. Levitin and Mona Lisa Chanda did some research and found that listening to and playing music produced the antibody immunoglobulin A. Yes, I had to actually make sure I actually said that properly. This is a natural killer cell which kills viruses. So to sum up, I think my thinking was a bit restricted by what I thought possible when it came to music's benefits. But what benefits have you had from learning an instrument? Part of the aim of the vlog is to start a discussion. So don't be shy, share your experiences with others. You may have noticed that my video has also been very cleverly timed alongside my own video about my online lessons, which is also linked below. Now I won't go on a full-on sales pitch here, but if you want to get involved and start learning an instrument, now is absolutely a really good time right now. That is actually going on a sales pitch, you shouldn't be doing that. I won't go all salesman on these videos, but if you have the time, I do urge you to go and check that one out. So thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, then give us a like, and with everything I've got planned for the channel, it might be worth your while subscribing. And as I said before, comment below to share your experiences of how music has contributed to your life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. That is just stupidly loud. I do hope they can actually hear me. Oh look, houses.